Go.
Hey you guys, Dan Halley with Laptop Magazine, and we're here in the Bentley booth at the New York International Auto Show, and we're here with Darren Day, and this is actually the Bentley Continental GTC V8. What we want to do is we want to check out the new touchscreen interface that Bentley has implemented in their car. So Darren, do you want to take it away, kind of give us an explainer?
Yeah, basically it's all touchscreen interface, as you said, with hard keys at the bottom for the different modes that the screen can use. So this is set up now for cars, so you've got things like your tyre pressure, the types of speed for tyres, tyre info, gives you all that sort of information. It's quite an easy interface to use because it's quite logical, etc. You can set things like your suspension, car height, or the damper settings with these sliders, or you can use plus and minus as well. So it's very, very easy to use. We've tried to design it so that the character of the touchscreen matches the instrumentation or clock, and if we have areas where it's a knurled for texture for the volume, say here, or controls on the steering wheel, we've used those sort of interfaces. So you can see we've got like a knurled slider here, so there's a match, there's a kind of synergy there between interfaces in the car. So this is your car settings. We have a touchscreen navigation system, so we have a map here, you can have a compass or your GPS coordinates, etc. on a split screen. At night time it's to go black, so it's obviously not so bright in your eyes. Daytime it shows it in colour. You've got Google Maps on here, so you can pick up information where you are, stuff that's around you, phone numbers, that sort of thing as well. Even the system zooms out to a really high position, so you can see where you are relative to the road you're on. So it's a very good device where you can use the touchscreen again to move, and you can zoom in and out with a hard key if you like. So it just gives you this, very intuitive interface.
And there's different viewpoints of it as well, right? This is the topography view, but you can also do...
Yeah, you can have it in 3D as well, and this is actually very useful when you're driving because you can really see much more of the road ahead. Right. I tend to drive with this type of viewpoint set up. When you come to things like junctions, it will zoom in on the junction, so it gives you more information. And when you're driving along like a stretch of road, it will zoom out to give you more of your viewpoint as you're going along. That does it all on its own. It's all automatic.
And now, what about the radio and media settings?
Sure, there's a radio with the car with your presets. We've used very large buttons, so when you're driving at speed it's very easy to see, easy to pick up these stations or the buttons you want to press. I mean, if you want to do a manual tune on the radio, we've set up a tuner here which looks again just like the instruments. Right. So you've got the same characteristics, the same chaplets and so on, so it's very easy just to slide your finger the slider or set up the different settings. You have a lot of interesting media interfaces as well. So we have a CD player at the top for your CDs, obviously. There's an auto changer in the glove box, so you can have 7 CDs basically you can choose from. There's an SD card slot, so if you've got music as MP3 on SD card, you can load it into there. We've got an iPod fitted at the moment, so we're listening to some music on the iPod. And the interface is just like you'd expect on your iPod, so you've got your songs down here, you can slide through them, you can start off the track, you can adjust things like your treble bass with these sliders, or if you want to be more accurate you could just knock up and down like this. And even things like the fader, you see that you can just use the touchscreen to position the sound around the car.
We just want to point out real quick that this functions fully. As you see, when you move it to the driver's seat, it will put the sound directly in the driver's seat. You might not be able to hear it on the audio, but that's exactly what it'll do.
Is it okay if I move this bag over?
Sure.
Somebody's bag?
Yeah, so this interface is for obviously sounds and things. So you've got your treble, bass, mid, the fader. There's speed dependent control, so the faster you go, the volume will raise, so it kind of counteracts any road noise. You've also got equalizer, so this has got a name audio system, which is a very top end, one of the best systems you can possibly get in a car, to be honest with you, with subwoofers and the best speaker technology. And it has settings which Name have actually helped us to create, so things that might be, if you're listening to a radio, you want spoken word or digital media, it'll change the settings to make it the perfect listening experience. Even to effect if the roof is up or down, it will change the settings of the car so that you get really the best sound possible. The telephone, which isn't connected in this case, is accessed as well with a speller and a dialer. So basically you've got everything there at your fingertips.
It's a good thing that Bentley chose using the physical buttons as well as a touchscreen. There's actually, you can feel when you change the dials on here, there's a distinct knob feel. There's a click when you enter into another selection. So when you're driving, you can really feel where you are. It's not, you don't have to take your eyes off the road or anything.
And we even group these in a certain way that if you know this is your volume, you know that tone's always to that side. If you're working on the car, it's always here. And then these are set up as more like media type interfaces and then navigation type interfaces. So you know if you're driving along that the fourth button along is the map. It's very easy to sort of know your way around the system.
All right, guys. Well, again, I'm Dan Howley. This is Darren Day, and we are in the Bentley Continental GTC V8, checking out their new touchscreen interface.